Welcome to Copper Owl Coins.
Find out what language this is.
Waarschijnlijk klopt neer de star immers die storbaat staat.
I don't know what he said. So, hey guys, just a kind of a late notice type thing. Kind of mentioned that we might pop up with something like that during the week, and here we are. So, got kind of a 70s theme background here because what we're going to be looking at is half dollars from the 1970s that have a bunch of the DDO varieties that we're looking for. So hopefully everybody can hear me. If not, give me a thumbs down in the chat or let me know one way or the other. But good to see a lot of you here. My goodness. So I've got 15 people here. Don't expect a big crowd tonight. This isn't everybody's thing, and there's a lot of other streams going on. There's live coin Q&A, which is excellent. I don't know if Mia's is going to be streaming or not, but yeah, we got a little bit to do. But so I've kind of prearranged the first set of rehunts here. Silver Serpent, good to see you. And I've got them broken down by their year and mint marks so that we can kind of go through and look at 1 year at a time, looking for the DDOs. And what I'll do, and I'll just bring the first one up, we'll bring up an example of what we're looking for. And you'll be able to see they won't all have arrows like that one pointing to it, but these are the areas that you want to look for the doubling at. And this is the 1971 Denver, and I would encourage you to also look at the Ceres at the top of the U, and we can bring one on here. Hopefully it's not that herky-jerky all night long, but this might actually come in handy here. So what you can look for there is right there at the tops of the U. You'll see some doubling there when the whole thing is doubled. So we'll start by going through some 71 Denvers. That's going to be the largest group that we have. I have, it looks like 130 of the 1971 Denvers to go through. If we were going to find one, it would probably be on a 1974 Denver, but we've already looked at those during the live stream yesterday. And this is going to be the next most frequent one. Got a couple of people saying hello. Looks like Jeff Scotton got a membership for 5 months. That is awesome. Thank you, Jeff. And my youngest son, Ben, has found his way into the chat. Hello, Ben. Otis Cauldron, nice to see you. Tom Thumb, JC Likes Pam, Elizabeth Blood. We said hi to a bunch of people beforehand. Silver Serpent, how's it going? Elizabeth Flood, Jeff Scotton. And that looks like most everybody. There's Seaweed. Everybody's saying hello to you, son. So, hey, Bertha, good to see you. So, as you can see on this one, we don't have anything that would be that DDO that we're looking for. So, we'll just go ahead and take it back. I'm hoping that it won't be real choppy, because that would really help us out. Because before long, we're going to kind of go through these quicker. But first of all, taking a look to see, do we see anything irregular there? Now, you see some damage at the bottom of the leg on the R, and what looks like maybe a little extra thickness. It's just not the doubling that we're looking for. Oh no, Enforcer. I hope it's not too much pain and that they're giving you something for it. So let's root this on. This is the group for Walker Magnet. We kind of go in reverse order of the hunt yesterday. These are Walker Magnets. And the good thing is when we're done here, I can take them all back to the bank. So if you guys were here yesterday, man, we enjoyed a wonderful hunt yesterday. Found 40% silver, found 40% bicentennial silver. I got to looking a little closer. That bicentennial silver that we found yesterday, that was only made in the uncirculated bicentennial set, which, if you remember, there's different colored envelopes that things kind of came in back then. This one would have been red. Now the proofs would have come in like a little trifold and would set into one of those pages, and they would have been very mirrored like you would expect them to see. But Muscle Shell, how are you doing? He enters in with a You know, that's a thought. That is a thought. Hey, BH, how we doing? Good to see you. Thought I'd go ahead and, since I was planning to do this anyway, jump in here and give it a whirl. In the past, we'd done these with the vertical live stream format. I know that kind of irritates a lot of people for different reasons. So I thought, you know, let's just do this. So Nick Molnar, how we doing? I like the idea, though. Walker Magnet should be selling Walking Liberty magnets. I'm sure he would love to hear from you. Hello, Hunter. Good to see you. We had good dinner tonight. We had chicken fajitas. Homemade chicken fajitas. Actually, mostly homemade. I cut up the vegetables and did all the cooking. Hey, Bacardi Jim, been a while since we've seen you. How you doing, man? It has been a while. Perry Martin, how are you? Good to see you. You know, Nick, if you need to retire for the night, I understand. We're just hoping maybe we can find Walker Magnet a few DDOs before we send his coins back to the bank. It gives me a chance to get 2 streams out of the same set of coins. How about that? Absolutely. Thank you, Nick. Tom Thumb must have had some pizza tonight because he hit us with the 3 pizza. Icon. Coining around. How you doing? Are you on Mia's coining? Hey, there he is. Whoa. Why don't you come in and say hi when you're not like disappearing like that? So if you saw Ben in the chat, this is Ben. We're gonna get him a haircut.
Unnecessary.
If he doesn't do his homework, we're gonna get him a haircut. Yeah. See, I did my homework. Eventually. So goodbye, Nick. I hope you get some rest. The example of efficiency. I don't know about that, but hey, we'll give it a try. Got your first snow this week in North Dakota. All right.
We're still waiting for that.
Yeah, we're hoping it can wait a week. Now, what is going on with my scope? It's not showing me anything at all now. Are we on? Let me try to refresh the scope here. I don't know what it did. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Now, are we going to get... There we go. And it looks like it's a little more fluid too, so that's cool. Well, maybe not. Well, it's good to hear that the infection's gone there in Fortzer ahead of that surgery. So, and we're hoping for the best for you. Hi, Ron Pierce. Good to see you. Mandy's Candy. How you doing? We've got 21 people in here tonight. That's awesome. On a little pop-up stream that you weren't forewarned about. That's not too bad. Oh, snow's on its way there in Nova Scotia for you. Wouldn't be surprised by that. So just in case you're wondering, what are we looking at here? We are looking at 1971 Denver Kennedy half dollars, looking for the DDO FS 101. There is a 102, but it's real subtle here along the spine of the B. And then you would get a little bit of doubling here in God. For me, it's kind of tough to find. I don't know if it's truly that tough to find or not. Yep. Oh, yeah. A little pop-up stream now and then isn't going to hurt anything. So, hey, are you guys going to watch that movie or no?
I don't think there were plans to watch a movie.
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten to yours yet, Ron. We're doing walkers first.
I'm like a little head on your shoulder.
You are. Have you ever watched Men in Black?
No.
Oh, he had a little head on the shoulder, but he was an alien. It looked just like him. It was like a little twin. I hope so too. That would be pretty cool. Every once in a while, we will find one of these, and it's not in too bad a shape. So, this is the only place you can gamble. KJ in Ohio, how's it going? It's like beyond Thunderdome. Yeah, I had to pick kind of a fun background tonight. It being a 70s hunt and all that. So, all right, we're into our third stack of 1971s out of, let's call it 7. It was about 6.5. Once we get done looking at these, we'll move into the 72D. Now, there is a DDO to look for there. Hey, Wayne Finicum, how are we doing? Tom Honks, how you doing? Getting a few folks in here, 27 folks. Thank you so much. Coinan, are you on live on Mia's? Sanity's gone, huh? Crazy Jim, how's it going? That one's got some damage. Okay. All right. I thought maybe she was coming on. I hate to be over the top of her. I got to kind of do it when I can. Tell me a hi, and I'm sorry. I'll try and catch up with her if we get done in time. I was listening in to the live coin Q&A, folks. They got some, guess they're going to make some changes to what they do, but also looking to make sure that they keep bringing, good review of coins and stuff like that. Specifically, kind of those harder to find or less common finds. I had them look at the 1922 No D strong reverse wheat cent that I found. And had them kind of look it over and give me their thoughts on it before I send it in. And that was fun. They were pretty darn amazed that we had found one like that. A little bit, yeah. I think I almost won the ANA membership right before we started here, so I was kind of hoping for that, but oh well. So maybe they're kind of getting back to the roots on some things, or I don't know. I don't know what all they've got in store, but we'll keep checking them out. We've got some good stuff. Sir Benji's got a hunt tomorrow. It's Member Appreciation Day tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be noon our time here in the Central. Jeff, I will need to relook at that. Maybe we can get a chance to bring that up and take a look at it. I remember you sent me something. I'm just drawing a blank on what it would have been. Sorry about that. You know what? We can also have you guys come up and join the stream if you feel like coming up and being a part of the show. You can be my other head on the other shoulder. Right there. Oh my. Yep, just feel free to come on up and get in the basement if you want to be on the show. It's kind of one of those nights where we can look at this. We can just hang out and talk, and looks like we might have a taker there. We've got, looks like seaweed coins coming up here. So let me get it set up. Hello, seaweed.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Not too baggy. That's old CB jargon for if you're old and tired. You say, oh, I'm baggy or pretty baggy or not too baggy.
Okay.
Just like you have baggy eyes.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. So I guess I've learned something. I can call it a day.
No, I used to be quite a CBer when I was young,
Okay.
very young man. I had in fact, the base mobile radio is still here in the house. The old 40 channel CB, I'm still here.
Okay.
The antenna's long gone. When I lived at home, I had a half-wave ground plane antenna attached to the roof.
Uh-huh.
And when I moved out, I had to take it with me. Well, I couldn't. What do you do with an antenna in an apartment?
Yeah.
Kind of. So I had a taker for the antenna. Somebody wanted to buy it, so they bought the antenna, and then I went out and bought a little pop-up antenna that just goes on the back. It's like a little screw-in antenna. It's only a quarter wave, but I think if I flashed that old radio up, it would probably still run these days. 40 channel CV.
Cool. Looks like
But
we got one more in the basement here. We're gonna from this hospital room. We're gonna get Enforcer.
Come on
Hello,
down.
Enforcer.
Oh, there you go.
How are we doing? Hang it in there, I hope.
Oh, just teaching.
Yeah. Sounds like they've made some progress.
Yep, they perfectly caught the infection.
Oh, good. That's good. Good to hear it. Now, this makes what, about 2 weeks that you've been there getting ready for this, huh?
When you invited me up, I was just hunting some of them pennies that I got from the bank there, and I was going through some of my 70 rolls. I just found a BU 79. Oh my God!
Oh, nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Some of the, I'm going to be making rolls of 70 pennies for BUs. I'm going to have plenty of those for inventory
There you go.
when I start selling.
I appreciate all of everybody praying for me. That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
We always get behind our coin family. You guys are all family to us. So.
Yep.
Hopefully, I get everything settled so I can start spending money and buying some more coins.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see, we got.
It's not happening.
It was breaking up a little bit.
Enforcer, most of my forte of coins is Canadian coins. I live here in Nova Scotia, Canada, so.
Yeah, I have some rare. I
get
rare coins, but they're not as
well.
rare.
I'm about 15 minutes from the city of Halifax, so I get a lot of American coins here in my change because, as you know, over the summer, a lot of Americans like to tourists here in Halifax, right? So.
Tupac's helping me with my coin collection. I see something I really want, I go after it because he knows that I want it.
There you go.
Now that I'm part of this family over here, I will be going after some coins. If I see one, I'll get it.
There you go.
Okay.
My USA collection is not the greatest. I have to admit, over the years, I've been falling behind on that because I've been concentrating more on the Canadian stuff to get it done. And I've just completed my penny collection here, about a year and a half ago. It only took me 55 years to finish that.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Well, you put the 23 and the 25 in, that can run you a little bit of money. And it took me a few years to find a scratch and dent one just to fill in the hole. So I did, but
Yeah.
the ones I have a scratch and dent, they're not good ones. So
Yeah. Let me get mine down here and see.
at least they fill the spot.
I have to shout out to Mr. Crumpler too. He's helping a lot too.
Yeah. I'm lacking only the 23 that far back.
Yeah, that's
Seaweed. So
the 23 is going to be the tough one.
I wish.
Well, you can get it. It'll cost you if you want one in decent shape, though.
Yeah.
Go off my roller pickle like that, but I can't. They're at home and not here.
I got a 23 and a 25 down for the daughter now to finish her set. So
Yeah. It's, this book goes from 20 to 1988.
Small Scent started at 1920.
Yeah, I got only missing the 23. Of course, the 36 dot. Only 5 known.
Yeah.
But an 85 pointed 5 is one that I do not have. Haven't come across it yet.
25, yeah. There's a variety of the 65s too. There's 4 65s. There's pointed 5,
Yeah.
blunt 5, blunt 5.
And in 2006, I'm missing the RCM steel, and then I've only got about 3 of them in 2007 to 2012.
Oh really?
So,
You need? Oh
I
my
need
God.
the modern stuff.
I got boatloads of the modern stuff here. Holy schmoly! Okay, I'll have to get them in a roll and ship them off to you as soon as the post office. I'll just pile them in from 2007 up, and you can just pick on them what you want. Those are all zincs, right? Oh, that's all the zinc penny.
There's steel, there's zinc.
Yeah. Well, magnetic, non-magnetic. Oh yeah. I'll try to throw in as many of the varieties as I have. I have most of from 2007 up. I have most of them, including the varieties.
Okay.
I know I have spares of them. I know I have spares of them too. Most of them, anyway. Well, I think when I gave you that book one time, I filled 19 of your spots for you. I think one time, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you helped out with that. Yeah. So what we're looking at now is these 72 Denvers that have at least the potential not to have the artist initials.
Or the FG, yeah.
Right there. So if you don't see an FG where you see the FG right now, you've got a good find.
I'm learning the variety slowly.
Yep.
He was asking you.
Although I will say I don't have the date run of the Kennedy half started because I just don't have enough of them to. Yeah. That's something we don't get a lot of here. We get a lot of the American nickels and a lot of the American dimes, and I do get the state quarters.
Okay.
I'm behind on most of my D state quarters. I have most of the Philadelphia ones, but
Okay.
my D ones are not quite full. And of course, the S's are all proof ones, aren't they?
Yeah, there's business strike and silvers.
Yeah,
from San Francisco.
Yeah. I got a binder that holds. I got 2 binders that holds the one just holds the Philadelphia, and I have another one which I handmade into to hold for the D. So, but I'm missing some D's. Yeah, I think I'm missing a couple of Philadelphias too, but I'm not many of them. Just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Elizabeth Flood is saying that she might have more American coins than Canadian.
Well, I have. My American is no slouch neither, but I mean,
yeah.
American pennies. I got American pennies up the wazoo. Lincoln backs. Holy smokes! I got tons of them. But we still get our fair share of American pennies here, even though Canada hasn't made a penny since 2012.
We'll see you later, kiddo.
I'll be right back. Just 1 second.
My little twin over the shoulder decided to leave.
I've got people in the hospital watching. Check.
I'm getting about every third word from you.
I've got people watching from coins here in the hospital. They're going through the change and stuff. I said, just go on. I said, go on to Coin Around, Copperell, or Jeff Trump.
I think I should do.
Just pay attention. They'll show you.
Turn the TV down. There you go.
Yeah. I like to think that, just by kind of doing what we do, that you can learn a little bit. And that's why I do this one, is maybe somebody's seeing this for the first time, or, can learn a little bit from looking at varieties more so than just saying, ooh, that one's silver. Because some of these varieties can be worth more.
I can hear somebody else listening as they walk by because of reverberation from the stuff still. It's like echo. No, there's somebody listening. Because one nurse here, he walking up down the hallway listening as he goes to each room. I know he is because he was listening as he left here after he gave me my shot. My pain.
Yeah, I've just been filling these binders in, just in the pocket change that I've been finding with the state quarter. So I am behind in a few of them. Like I need the Delaware D, the 1999, and I need the New Jersey D, 1999, and I need the Connecticut D, 1999. I have all of them in P's. Then when you go to the 2000s, okay, I need them. Believe it or not, I need the Maryland P. I have the Maryland D. Right?
Okay.
And
that's
then,
odd.
Yeah, and then in the 2000, I need the Massachusetts 2000 D, and I have all the rest of that in the D. And then for the 2001, I need the New York P. Believe it or not, I have the New York D.
Okay.
It's just strange. It's just with these things, sometimes it's hit or miss, right? Like I just got another Florida one in my change the other day, but I already have that one. So
okay. Hey, Joyce McAuliffe, good to see you. Wayne, we'll see you. Looks like you're going to take off. So thanks for stopping in.
So then it's actually it's the higher up ones, like how it goes up to 2008. I'm missing more of the from 2005 to 2008 than I am, strangely enough. Like in 2005, I need the California P and D, the Minnesota P and D, the Oregon P and D, right? I do have the Kansas P and D, believe it or not.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have you found one that's got the "In God We Rust" error on it?
No, not yet. I've been looking for that. I didn't know about that. And by the way, all those Buffalo nickel, that 2005 Buffalo nickel, I checked and I found in my little. I checked all my other ones. I don't have the speared buffalo.
Okay,
but I did go check
many that have been found, but
I did go check them anyway. You piqued my curiosity when you said that. So I said, I better go look.
Yeah. Good to see you. So, yeah. Well, I mean, you got to look, right? And every once in a while, I'll stumble across something. And I'm like, well, I wonder if I've gone and looked for that in the past. And I'll pull tubes of wheat pennies out and tubes of nickels and be like, okay, let's take a look.
Well, I'll literally have them all over the table here.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Well, sometimes what I'll do is I'll hunt 4 or 5 rolls, and then I'll watch television for a while. And I'll hunt 4 or 5 more rolls, and I'll watch television. Then I'll take a break, and I'll just leave them all here on the table and get at them the next night. Fish through them a little bit. Because I still have the rest of the 70s to finish and all these 80s. And I went through a couple of rolls of the 80s. Oh man, crazy, absolutely crazy.
Where I live here in Zionsville, hardly anybody around me does coins. I come across coins, old coins.
Oh really? Wow.
Or at the gas station, I ask them if they could buy rolls. They go, sure.
Yeah.
Whole roll of 50-cent pieces of silver.
Oh, I'm not that lucky, enforcer, but I am lucky in a way that I do have some retail places around me, especially a donut shop across the street, Tim Hortons. I don't know if you're familiar with Tim Hortons or not, but the manager there is a friend of mine. She lives next door, so she's often pulling out stuff for me every now and then, or the girls that have some silver over there, which I'll buy from them, which I haven't had any recently because But every once in a while, you get somebody come and they'll dump a collection or something, and I'll get the odd piece of silver that somebody's thrown in. So I'm lucky sometimes.
I suck. A bank teller, she said, this roll looks on 50-cent piece rolls. She goes, it's brown paper. She goes, but it's browner than brown. I said, well, hold it for me. So she put it aside. 15 minutes later, I went up and opened it, and I was like, holy cow. They're numbered in sequence. They were rolled.
Oh my!
Oh wow.
That's definitely a collection dump.
I was like, oh, somebody made a mistake. So I immediately put them in the safe. I was like, I'm not touching these. Put them away, so I hide them so nobody spends them.
I always love when that happens. I'm opening a roll and all the dates are consecutive. You know, aha! You're into something good here. you know. Oh yeah.
They have this a box of quarters, a roll of quarters that are wrapped in yellow wrapping paper.
Okay.
Nobody's ever touched them. She said every time she goes in there, they're moved, but nobody's ever used them or taken them out of the box. She said you can tell they're all yellow paper because when you open the box, the flaps, the yellowish yellow paper you ever did see. I'm like, I wish I had money to buy those.
Yeah.
It's in that yellow wrapping paper.
Yeah.
She said she had a guy pass away, and their kids brought all the coins in. And he passed away like 6 years ago. He said that box has been in there the whole time.
Oh.
Nobody's touched it.
Oh wow.
Well, if you're still in the hospital on Saturday there, Enforcer, and you're bored, drop in and watch us and hunt some nickels. Myself and B.H. Ringer and Marty, and we hunt Canadian nickels. We and every once in a while we invite some of our American friends to come up and they hunt their nickels too. And you know what I mean. And we had Walker Magnet in with us here when he had some great fun with us. So
I think I have a roll coming from B.H. Ringer. I'm not sure.
we never turn people away. And my philosophy is just, yes, we're a Canadian channel and we hunt Canadian coins, but you know what? You can always learn from any other coins from countries too. And I mean, hey, if somebody from Australia wants to jump in, I don't have a problem with that at all. Not a bit.
I'm always learning. I'm new to the game, but I'm willing to learn.
Yeah. This is
Jeff Crumpler and Tupac knows that too. I'm always willing to learn. I always ask. There's not a stupid question out there.
Yep. Hey, Sam Wilson, good to see you. And I was just going to mention to those watching, I've switched the example off to the right here, and this is now the 72 Philly that has the DDO. You can see in the letter T and R at the base of the letter. Most of the serifs there have doubling. That's pretty easy to see. Even the U, you can kind of see a little bit of it. But especially in that T, even across that T bar and the R, kind of where it makes its loop, it's a pretty good example. I have found them, but I've not found them this defined, I guess I would say. So this is a pretty tough one to find. I don't find a lot of them. I think in all the rolls that I've hunted now, I think I found maybe 2, maybe 3.
From that picture, you can really see the line in the foot of the R.
Yeah.
That one.
So,
yeah.
This is one reason I'd kind of do it this way is, so you can see what we're looking for and then see what we have right below it. So.
Also, another thing I'm noticing about that is the coin you have right there now where it said "We Trust." The bottom of the R comes down to a point. Right? You can clearly see where it comes down to the point, and if you look at the example you have up further, it's more rounded with the line in the center. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I'll remember that for myself, but I don't see many of the half dollars, but
yeah,
especially the American half. We get very, very few of those. I haven't even, in fact, well, even when we had Canadian 50-cent pieces in circulation here, we very rarely, if ever, saw, US 50-cent pieces here.
Yeah,
Even
those
the
are
clad-
tough to find, Sam.
even the clad ones.
Now, see, this has the temptation to get you excited, but that's just post mint damage there. Hey, Ricky the Scotty. You know, it looks like there's something going on at the bottom of the R, but it's not the doubling that you're looking for. That's just something hit it.
I don't think it is either. No.
No.
That still comes to the point, right?
Yeah.
It's not one.
And sometimes it can be so subtle that, you know, obviously the coin in the example has not had a tremendous amount of wear on it, whereas most of these have.
And that's a perfect example too, right?
Right. So in some places, I'm just looking for that extra thickness or any indication of that bar on the kind of the kickstand on the R, any kind of split along that line too. So,
I mean, if you had one in the condition that example, then you'd probably have a heck of a nice coin.
yeah, that would be pretty nice.
I would say.
Every once in a while, we get one that I'm like, oh, this is too nice to really come through for me. But, you know, we found a 74D that graded out like a 64 or something like that one time. So, yeah, that one will keep you coming back looking for more.
Well, that's pretty good because in Canada, we consider MS63 as fresh out of a roll.
Oh, really? Okay. Hey, Captain Vic and Noah's World. Good to see you guys.
Well,
Now that's
it, bro. I got to go. My phone's about to die, and it's bath time.
Absolutely. Procedures what tomorrow?
I'll get in contact with somebody tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice
And
meeting you, Enforcer.
Birthdays tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow's my birthday. I turn 21.
Happy birthday, Enforcer.
Well, let's give you one of these then.
Drinking.
Your fault.
Happy birthday!
So I think getting these out of the way might be productive.
Drinking age, a thumbs up.
There you go.
All right.
We will see you later, Enforcer. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks.
Good luck on this procedure.
All right.
Okay, cool. We had a visit from the hospital.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes that's not. We wouldn't want that ourselves.
Yeah, no kidding. My wife would probably not let me do that. Noah's World looks like he hit 1,000 subs yesterday. Very cool. Congratulations, Noah. Now get those watch hours and you can be monetized. I think they changed the rules on that a while back, but now this one has got me a little curious. And I'll tell you the reason why. Right here on the U, you see where it kind of looks like there's a hint of two serifs on there, especially on that right side.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you look at the bottom of the R.
But it's that straight as a pin, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's like the beginning of a split there at the top of it. So yeah, I
might be machine doubling too.
You see it in the T? I mean, it's pretty close. I'm not sure that we see enough to be certain of it, but
I don't know if I'd let that one pass, Copperell.
Yeah, I don't think so. What do the tops of the W look like? Well, that's one area that I used to look at, but the middle of the W, the middle serif on the top of the W, whether it's doubled or not, that thing always looks like it's doubled. So I just quit looking at that one. But
there's not enough indication in that one.
Yeah, I don't think this one necessarily is got the indicators on it. So Anyway, yeah, Dagger Cards. We're as promised yesterday, we were gonna come up and do this DDO hunting as we do from time to time. It's been a couple months since I've done one. Time and schedule have just necessitated that either I don't even do these, which I don't like to do because I consider this part of me giving a person their money's worth when they buy rolls on the stream. We're going to look for everything. And yeah, that U on the left side looked like it's catching light a little funny, but I think it's just that.
Yes, the S looks like it was touching the T there, top of the S. Very, very close there. Look.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is what I normally do, even if I don't broadcast it, unless I just have to get to the bank on a Monday and I'm leaving town, or I have a flight Sunday night or something like that. I got to do what I got to do at that point. So I try to at least let people know if I'm not going to have the chance to do theirs that way.
I'll be right back again. I'm just going to put these binders away.
See, that one's actually pretty crisp there. That wouldn't be too hard to spot it if it were on that one. So, not too bad. So, while he's gone, let's give out a, let's see. Let's do this.
Say my name.
Brow.
You're
doggone
right.
Yes, Smog, I am here. We're doing some DDO hunting. I took back quarters to my bank, and I was able to get another box of $50 that I wasn't able to pick up on Friday. But I found out that there's somebody else that asked for boxes, and they've kind of put him on a limit because he doesn't have a business account there, but I do. So they're kind of giving me some privilege there. So it's kind of cool. So that wraps up the 72 Philly. We'll go to the 73 Denver. And you can see real strong doubling on this one, this example. You can see it in the bend of the R, leg of the R. That's a pretty common one, no matter what doubling we see on the DDOs on the word trust. But then the U is mostly east to west. And then the S is very distinct. And that's one of the key ones that I look for is that bottom serif on there. Do I see two of them?
Oh, you can definitely see two on that one.
Oh yeah. And that's the hard thing when these, and if you do find something that looks suspicious on this one, you can always verify it by coming up to the L, the I, and the B in Liberty. And along this left side of each one of them, right there, there'll be just a little bit of extra metal that's doubled to the left on each one of those letters. And that's kind of your verification on that. So if you have any question about what you see here, go up there and take a look. In fact, some people just look there and say, well, if it has it, then I have the double die obverse, right? So, why bother looking at the other stuff? I'm kind of the other way around. I want to look for this stuff and then go up and verify. So,
and plus you're much more positive too if you have a lot more indications, right? Too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Won't be second guessing yourself as much.
Nope. Yeah. I would think that I would find more 73s than I do, but they seem to be the ones that elude me the most. Okay, Ron. Well, welcome back.
I do have a 74 one. I won one here one time in a giveaway, so they sent it to me. So I have a 74 DDO.
Well, that's cool.
It's not in tremendous shape or anything, but it was just one other
right.
But
yeah,
I didn't have one, so I have one now.
In between boxes here, I'll see if I can't pull that graded one down, and we can take a look at it. Might be kind of hard to see with the glare on the case, but I was pretty excited to get that. Jim Cantor actually bought the rolls that one came out of, so I had to send it to him. I didn't really think anything of it. I just flipped it up and sent it to him. And then he had the chance to get in with somebody on a submission, and he put it in there, and doggone if it didn't come back. You know what? MS64, I think.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a graded nickel right now that the Citadel Coins has sent out for me. Again, with that same deal, he sent it out with a batch of his coins. So I'm waiting for a 53, a common 53 no shoulder fold, but it has multiple die cracks, both obverse and reverse.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I suspect it's an easy 64 or 65.
That's cool.
And so it's the very first one I've ever sent out. And as soon as I took it into him, he looked at it. He said, "Yeah, those are die cracks." The first thing he asked me, he said, "Did you want to get it graded?" Well, when he's the type of guy that if he tells you if you want to get it graded, it's probably worth grading.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so I said, well, he said, listen, I got a bunch of coins out. He said, normally it's like $20 or $25. He said, but I get a lot better deal. He said, if I send out like say 50 or 60 coins, right?
Yeah.
The problem is it takes 6 or 8 months or more by the time they've graded all those coins for him to get them back, right? But these won't come in a hard case. They come in a sealed plastic, what do you call it? Like a soft plastic sleeve, right?
Okay.
They are sealed, but because ICCS doesn't use the hard slab case, right? But it would still be a professionally graded coin, so
that's cool.
It would be my first one I've ever sent out for grading in all these years.
Now there's that 74D that you would have found, or that would have been sent to you. Real strong doubling on the 74. And that doesn't even really get into the one area that I look at is usually on the 4. On the crossbar at the end of that serif, it looks like there's 2 serifs. Then you come up and you look at this, and yeah, just all day long, that one's an easy one.
Oh yeah,
and it's fairly common too. So
you can even see the 2 pieces of the top part of the R there too, where it's
you can
see the line there as well.
Yeah,
that's a really
real good example.
Oh yeah,
and since we have that one up here, let me dig it out. Let's see. Gotta find it. Forgot we had that one. Yep, here we go. Yep, MS64 is what it got.
Better set the alarm for 4:45. There we are.
And let's focus that. Yeah. Real easy to tell on this one. There's that doubled serif down there. The 4.
Oh yes, yeah. I got right at the bottom bottom leg of the 4 there, where it sticks. You can see the little notch there. Yeah.
Yeah. Turn it there. You see it even
Oh
easier.
yeah. Where the 4 crosses itself.
Yeah. And every letter in trust is doubled.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can see that
Or
from here.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see that full split on the leg of the R. And then, of course, verification on this is you look at your T and does the upright part have extra metal on the right side?
It does.
And it does. The Y will have a little bit of that, but not much. And then you can also come in here, and I thought there was something in here that you could kind of tell, but I don't know that you really need to verify too much more. Word trust is, it's you can trust it twice.
Well, Copper, I'm gonna head on out, guys. It's about 11:30 at night here, and I got to get up 5 in the morning to go to work. So,
all right.
I thanks for having me in.
There you go, MS64.
Holy smokes! Look at that.
You bet. Anytime, man.
Thanks for having me in, and hey, be looking forward to seeing you on Saturday if you get some 20 rolls of nickels there.
Yeah, if I can do that, I will be there.
Hey, even if you got 10, even if you got 5, hey, hunt pennies. I don't care.
Just come spend time with you, right?
Yeah, we're not fussy. You can hunt halves. You can hunt halves. I don't care. Right?
We'll see what we can round up.
Yeah, or you can hunt one of each.
I've done that.
I wouldn't mind that either. We had a stream one time where we didn't have enough nickels, so what we did was we hunted 10 rolls of pennies and then 10 rolls of nickels, right? So just to break it up, just to break the monotony, right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I think that would actually make for some good entertainment on a stream. Just kind of do like a multi-coin box battle where you get like 5 of each and see what you can get.
Yeah. Anyhow, thanks for having me in there, Copper.
Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Not a problem. We shall see you next Sunday, probably.
Next Sunday,
or Saturday,
if not Saturday before. You bet.
or Saturday.
What time do you guys? Yeah. What time do you guys go on Saturday again?
Will be 5:30 Eastern time for you, 6:30 for us Atlantic time.
5:30 Eastern, so that'll be 4:30 Central.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's would be 6:30 ish.
I got you.
I emphasize the ish sometimes.
always keep commitment soft until you can actually make sure you're there. Then it's
yeah. Anyhow,
all right.
Thanks much, man. We'll see you later.
You bet. We will see you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. All right. Always good to have Seaweed come up and talk with us a little bit. Have a good night, Seaweed. Get some rest. And like you said, maybe we'll be able to join in on Saturday, So I'm going to drop that link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up and hang out for a little bit, feel free to let me know. I have switched the example over to the 77D, and that one has a lot where the 73D was east to west doubling on quite a bit of it. This one is more north to south. So remember that when we're looking at this, and then I need to readjust the focus on here because we got all kinds of wonky there. I love using the ish for times. Oh, absolutely. Noonish. Something like that. Don't have a lot of 77s, so I got about half a roll of those out of the box for Walker Magnet. Right now, unless our luck changes, we were just talking about you, Jim. I had the 74D graded MS64 under the scope, showing it off a little bit. This one's got some crazy coloration to it. 50 likes. Oh my goodness. I guess I better figure out a giveaway for this, huh? Let me wrap this up and then we can get into something. I would not say it's our official stance to do giveaway on these, but we've done it before. So, you know, you guys make the effort to be here and get it up to 50 likes, then why not? Give you guys a bonus opportunity to get some goodies here. All right. Let me pull up StreamYard. Or Streamlabs, I guess I should say. Oh, let's see. Is this going to let me log in? Hey, it looks like we are logged in. All right. All right. Let's do 50 likes then, guys. Thanks for being here and making 50 likes possible. Always fun to do more giveaways, right? And I will need to work on changing that up. That is a really dated 50 likes. That's from when we first started. A bag pull could win an Indian head cent, buffalo, 90% dime, 90% quarter, 40% half, or 90% half. So we've got about 2 minutes left, guys, and 13 out of 19 people are in. Probably won't need the whole time, but I'm going to use that time to bring over the next bag and start the sorting process there. It's going to take a few minutes to sort these because I just, I'm a little OCD about it all. And let's see. We'll switch return cans here because that one now has the ones that it came out of returned. And this one's already been verified not. So while you guys are wrapping that up, I'm going to try and knock a few of these out and get us started on the next batch. A highly scientific process of putting a bunch of these in my hand and figuring out which stack to put them in. Like I said, it's very highly scientific process. If you believe that, I've got some swampland to sell you. Hey, Michael Wells, good to see you. These are the rehunts for Ron Pierce. Cammy King, hello, welcome in. I haven't seen Mike Schleiss. There's a giveaway going on. Hi, Plains Drifter, how's it going? I've actually got a box of $50 that I could hunt a little bit later for myself. I got to thinking, I've probably had fewer than 10 boxes for myself this year. So I thought, you know what? Why not take the opportunity to do one since I have it? We will get to that giveaway in just a second. We got 15 out of 21 people in. It's like somebody might be lurking and not wanting to reveal themselves. That's okay. That's okay. If you want to stay hidden, you can stay hidden. It's all good. All right. Let me get this stack whittled down a little bit. Giveaway is closed for now, guys. And we're going to pick a winner here in just a second. I'm going to have to find my way back to this screen, so give me just a second here. Hey, Marlene T. I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys just a few more seconds since I was kind of not looking at it. Not a new giveaway, just an extension of the one. I saw a few people coming in last second trying to get their name in, so why not? And we'll let it run until I look up again, get done sorting these Kennedys for their next round of hunting. All right, we're going to cut it off right now. I'm going to close those entries. And we're up to 19 out of 27 people in. So let's pick a winner, guys. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to be Mark Spafford winning a little something today. I don't even have my wheel open yet, so let me get into that. Wheel of names.com. You can make a wheel all your own. Let's see what we're going to get from Mark Spafford. No, he's going to get a second chance at it. Going to get a second chance at it. Looks like Mark's going to pick up just a little bit of silver on a silver dime. Congratulations, Mark. I'm going to write this up real quick. 50 likes. Giveaway. That. 70s hunt. 11, 25, 24. And Mark Spafford. %, dime. All right. Congratulations, Mark. Absolutely, Mark. No problem. Whoa, we're not spinning again for any reason. There's no EOS or anything. I just happened to hit the button there. You would have got another dime. All right, got to find this screen. Let's see what we're going to get you there. It'll be a rosy dime. And looks like we're going to have for you, it's going to be a 1964 rosy. Final year of production and a D. Looks like I don't think there's a D over D there, but maybe a little machine double there. All right. Sorry about the yawning, guys, but yep, absolutely. We will get that off and to you, Mark. Next time I get mail going out, we'll do that. It might be later in the week. All right. Well, I hate to bore you guys to death, but I've still got about $300 half to sort here. So talk amongst yourselves, entertain yourselves, ask me whatever you want. If it's reasonable, I will answer it. If it's not, we will move on. The judgment of what is reasonable or not is solely mine, guys. So, Anyway, I'm just sorting these, and it's not something that you can see. You might be able to hear it. I've kind of got my own unique way of doing it, I think. But the good thing is, once you've got a stack of $20 built up, it's pretty easy to replicate it. Jim, I ended up having to go upstairs and help with dinner last night, so I did not get to it. As I remember, you have some roles available, and there is definitely some that I might be interested in. I just messed that up. Now that I got a few bucks saved up after all those charity boxes, not that I'm on doing the charity boxes, but I knew that it was going to be one of those things where, well, it's taken away from the ability to make income to keep the channel, in good standing. So I'm just going to have to be a little tight here soon and kind of withstand that blow. So. No, it was a 6 full steps nickel. Yes. Okay. I do remember that was part of it now that you mention it. So, yeah, sorry about that. Fragile must be Italian. That's right. All right. Got a roll. I'm sorry. Did I say $20? I meant $10. $10 stacks. Oh my goodness, Smog. Gifting memberships on a pop-up stream. Man, you're just too good, Smog. 10 memberships. That's going to be Ron Pierce getting one. MJ Squirrel. Jeff Tooley Tiger Thomas. Coin and Card Hobbyist. Not sure how to say that one. Cat 10 or something. The Christian Man gets one. Don Juan gets one. Marnie's Visceral's Digging with Marty is getting one. Omnivox Gaming and Patty D. Thank you so much, Smog. That is awesome. So kind of you. Very unexpected tonight. Thank you so much. And congratulations to everybody getting a new gifted membership to the stream. You'll be able to enjoy that for a month. What I hope you'll do is sometime before the end of that month, consider becoming a full member. It's always fun to get that gift. I get it. As a full member, you get other benefits to being on the channel. So only way to find out is to be a member of the channel. Might get a few more viewers. That's true. That's true. That's not a bad thing. I didn't do the vertical live format tonight, so not too worried about it. We've been growing pretty good the last month or so, and really not worried about it. There, we're getting to the end of the list. Okay, I got about three more stacks that big to go through. So we'll get back to putting them under the scope here and just as fast as I can here. Everything's getting to be a little bit bigger than a full roll, so I usually whittle those down so I can tell how many I've got. So how's everybody's Monday been? Is anybody off work like I am? I decided to take the whole week off because I hadn't done that in, well, most of the year. Took a couple days here and there, but I was just like, you know what? Let's just enjoy some family time. Yeah, if you're retired, then you get a little, you're kind of just doing stuff with your time. Week off is great. Absolutely. I did have to call in once to work today just to clarify an email that I saw come through that I didn't know if it required some action from me or not. That's just how I am. I'm in charge of a program with some locations around the country, and if something were to come up, then I would definitely have to spring into action. Whether I'm scheduled or not. Scheduled to be in the office or not is really it. I kind of set my own schedule. So, hey, Scott Christensen came in. Good to see you. Today's your day off, so I was only in the restaurant for about 4 hours. That's just the joys of owning a restaurant. Man, I'll tell you what, if I ever find myself coming out that way, we're definitely going to have to get in touch, and I'll let you know that I'm headed that way. I would definitely love to sample what you got going on there, Lost and Finding. I'm very stuffed up tonight. I don't know what the deal is. I guess I was kind of feeling it yesterday, but I think one of the contributors is we've been doing a lot of cleaning ahead of company coming this week. So it's probably kept kicking up a lot of dust. And I was doing dusting earlier. So very likely that would be it. Got to have one of those $20 burgers that you were talking about. That sounded pretty good. But I don't want to limit myself, Gotta move it around a little bit. I think my kids might be upstairs watching Deadpool and Wolverine. They were talking about it. I had the invite to do it, but I was like, guys, I've got to find time to do this. So dinner on you. Oh my goodness. Dude, it might be on my company's. Don't worry about that. Do I have any really old silvers for sale? Like, how old are you thinking? I could always be talked into something, maybe. I kind of like my old silver. What kind of silver are you looking for? So I've got silver bars. Or are you looking for something with a date on it and a mint mark? That's the kind I like too. 16, 17, 800s. Wow. I can tell you I don't have silver from the 16 and 1700s. 1800s, I probably have some. It might be in the form of like dimes or half dimes. Just anything from back then, huh? All right, empty bag. We're going to start throwing stuff under the scope real quick, like. Let me see. Let me see age-wise on the silver here. Let me see what we might have. I know I've got really old, slick, seated Liberty half. One or two of those, but they are really slick. I've got old Trimes. If you wanted something like that. Got 3 of those in varying conditions. I've got seated dimes, a couple Barber dimes. You love Trimes. Uh-oh. I only have one problem with that. I like them too. Let's see, quarter-wise. I've got still got at least 1 seated quarter, 2 seated quarters, and then I got some Barber quarters. You're working on a roll? Well, I'm starting a roll, I guess. Now, I want to see how big the tube is on a roll of Trimes. It won't be that big. Got a couple Barber halves. Got Morgans, of course. You know, so I mean, that gives you an idea of what I've got. None of it's going to be in really fantastic shape. Oh, let's see. Trimes. I am. I have a Trime with a hole in it, so it's even lighter than a normal Trime. Best one I've got is like VG8 in a flip, and it's the one that's got a hole in it. You know, I'd probably still be like $40 on it. They're just that old and small and hard to keep on hand. So, all right, let's get back into looking at some halves here. I'm going to flip it back over to the 71D example. We'll throw these under here fairly quickly. Got a lot of them to go through, about another 130 of them. Hey, no problem, Silver. You know what? Email me and let me know if there's anything specific you're looking for. I can keep my eyes open. You know, I can send you pictures of something that if I have it and if I'm willing to part with it, I could always send you pictures. We could maybe work something out. You are a Silver Serpent anyway. Gonna live up to the name, huh? I do have a graded Trime, but that one stays with me. That's a pretty special one. Now, what do we have here? We might have something here, guys. Look right along that R. The U has two serifs at the top of it. Trying to get my pointer stick here. Yeah, look right along that R. You can see the split at the bottom, and it runs along the length of it. The U right there. Doubling at that serif and a little bit there too. You can almost see the extra thickness in the S. A little bit of it there in the T. Now, the way we can find out, hey, thanks for doing that, Dig, and I got the gopher there. We come over here to the T. Looks like it might have got a little bit of a ring ding on this thing, so it might make it really hard to tell what you look for. I may have to rotate it to get the light to catch it correctly. Get my big finger out of the way there. Okay. So when you look at the T in Liberty, see that one? It kind of looks like it goes two directions on the serif, a little bit of a split there. We'd be looking for kind of a almost like tripling right there, but it's another split, and it's kind of what goes along the top here, but it's worn, and this area got dinged. So I would be willing to send that on to Ron. It's actually not in too bad a shape except for that ding. And, this one might actually be a little bit off center. Slightly. Not enough to get excited about. But, yeah. 71D DDO FS 101 there. Oh, absolutely, James. So now that would have been our miscellaneous during the hunt had we found it there. And if we had found a 90%er yesterday, which I thought we had when that bicentennial came up, because it was just white on the edge. Had we had a 90%er yesterday, this find would have made us start off the next stream with a retroactive fill the board. But because we didn't find that 90, we don't have that fill the board. We've got 4 out of 5. We got an 80% fill the board. But yeah, this is why we do this. We find these things and we're able to package it up and just give everybody, full value for their money. Absolutely, Vicky. I'm glad you were able to win that. I'm glad to hear that you got it. That tells me that the mail I sent out last Monday is making it. And it's fun. Absolutely. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun for me. I get to look at all this stuff and kind of learn and bring you along for the ride, basically. So who knows what we'll find. Last week, I think for JC Likes Pam, we found, well, this was really strange. Last week, we found two of this 71D DDO FS 101s, and one of the 72 that I put in the 72D looking for that no FG pile. When I picked it up after sorting it like this, I said, man, that's really bright. It's been beat up, but it's kind of bright. So I threw it under the scope, checked the mint mark. I missed a proof during the stream. So it was kind of fun to be able to go back and let him know that not only did we find 2 DDOs for you, but we also found a proof. Yeah, that little nick there at the bottom of the R got me to looking at this one. This is close, but it's not really there. Although that would suggest that it is. Let's keep looking at this thing. We might have one. That R, that nick. I thought it was a nick, but it looks a little more like a split along that R. And then the U serif, it does look like, especially on the right side, that there might be two. I mean, it's subtle, but you know, the left side might just be a little dinged up. You can see a little something in the T right right up in here on the T. Need something that's a little finer to be able to point at it, but I don't have that right now. But we might have a second one. What do you guys think? DDO? There you can kind of see that split right along that R. If it's not, it's really close. Sam, Captain America, are you still here? That R says yes. Now see, the line on the N is damage. Hey, Colonel's collecting. Now the chatter at the bottom of the I is correct, but there's no doubling at the top serif of the N. Too iffy. I don't think we can declare the G doubled. You get to twist them around and look at things from all kinds of angles. The R, I mean, I think it's close, but I think this might be the one that can look like it, but it's not it. I don't know. I'm going to set it to the side. Let me know what you think in the chat, if you would, because that was pretty close. It's only the R, though. Yeah, that's the thing. The U kind of looked like it, too. That was the strongest indication. And then the T in Liberty really, I mean, it kind of had the markers for it, which would be unusual to have the markers, but not, not the DDO. So I don't know. Hard to say. I'm going to open up the book here after a little bit and take a look at what it has to say about it. Because I think there's more than one on that particular one that it could be. That might be the lesser of the two. Specific to that. And it would be the one that doesn't get an official designation. It would just be kind of one of those, like Variety Vista has a bunch of them that aren't PCGS and NGC recognized. Those are the ones that I'm primarily looking for. Now, the other one, I think it was pretty clear. We didn't have the benefit of the T was a little dinged up in Liberty to be able to tell, but, you know, who knows? Let me switch back over to StreamYard so I can see what's going on here. Looks like we got about 60 likes going on, guys. I want to find a way to put the likes count down here. I've been on for about an hour and a half, a little bit longer. So about 8:30 Central. Frostbite, we are looking at the 1970s half dollars that we hunted yesterday, that came out of the boxes yesterday, I should say. And we're looking for the DDOs and no FGs that might exist. And I'll put the one we did find that we feel good about. We did find that DDO right there. That's a 71D DDO. Doubling at the top of the U, bottom of the R. The S looks a little thicker north to south, so not bad for a Monday. Yes. So we're just having a little fun with this, and you know, we've had a little while since anybody new has come up, so I can drop that in the chat again if anybody feels like coming up. Problem with likes is that Goofy page doesn't update. I know. So what I was going to do is probably try to point it to the live update screen when you've preset the stream and it launches from there. Ooh, it's 29 degrees tonight already. It'll be a chilly one tonight. I don't think we're getting any snow. 62 likes. All right. Boy, we stay on this long enough, you guys might want 75 or so. I wasn't thinking about doing that, all those extra giveaways this week, but you know, what the hey. I'll get stingy on it in the future. Get my revenge. Got down to 14 last night, huh? Nice. Oh, Frosty, last time we were on here, I really appreciate you coming up and talking. I know things got a little little sidetracked there, but you know, open debate, open opinion, and all that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel bad that we took you away from getting dinner ready. Look at an old buffalo nickel. Okay, what do you want to look at? I don't have a really nice buffalo nickel. You know, it's funny, James, but I just cross my fingers, you know. I know it's not going to be the same as a typical time slot because I didn't really promote it or anything. And, you know, there's times where I wonder, do I need to continue to do a comment video, or is there a different way to do it? Because it does take time to put it together. Or do I just kind of put the Sunday stream out there and point it to the previous stream or something like that? That would make it a lot easier. All right, 71D. We found one for Ron Pierce. We're looking for more if we can find him. We thought we had a real close call here not too long ago. Hey, there's Frosty coming on up. We'll get him out of the basement, and there he is. How we doing, Frosty?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
So now you got
Finding
me
ways-
intrigued. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to do that.
Oh, what's that?
Figure out how to get those active likes.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. The thought I had was going to this screen. Oh, did it not switch? Oh, there it comes. Okay, so go into that screen, and right there is the most live likes that I can find.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that you're sharing the one that holds your stream key, so
Yeah,
you're kind of making that public. You got to be careful with that. But yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
best place to do it.
yeah. If I were to get that window and get it in tight on that, I can just, but again, it's a unique address each stream, so it's not like you can just go back to the last one and see it again. So,
Unless you do what I do, I use the same stream key over and over again.
oh well, yeah, that's true. If it's the same stream key, that would not be a problem. So, oh well. I hadn't tried it yet, so I was thinking that one through the other day and thought, well, we'll see what we can do with it.
Well, I'll play with it and then I'll tell you if it works.
You bet. So, how'd the rest of live coin Q&A go?
Good. So they said that they're going to be taking a little bit of break. They're going to be do some channel revamping.
Uh-huh.
Channel revamping with them could be in a number of things. I'm assuming there's going to be some pretty cool displays, maybe some interactive features, probably some new setups. The information that they gave sounded like there's going to be a bunch more people putting out content, which is
Okay.
never a bad thing with that group.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice to hear. Shannon made it very clear that Shannon was going to be doing some, by the way, I'm going to be posting some updates.
Yep. I had to tease him a little bit and say, hey, man, don't tease us like that.
Well, it's good, though, because,
Yeah.
Paul is on my channel every weekend, but outside of Amanda throwing out a couple shorts, the only thing that you get from that group is, Amanda does stuff.
Yeah.
But they're on so many different channels. The only people who really drop anything live is when they're doing their whatnot or selling.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see more content. Shay is a brilliant mind. So if he started to come up with some constructs for web design or new website or some interactive features, there could be some
Yeah.
pretty exciting stuff there.
I'm kind of excited to see where they're going to go with that. But,
Oh yeah, me too.
Little time away to refresh, revamp, and all that. Couldn't hurt a bit.
And there's so much going on. They have so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Originally, I was a little nervous when she was talking about, we do this as a free service. I was like, uh-oh, they're going to change that. And they're like, well, we're going to start charging for certain things. And I was like, I think that's probably a good thing for them.
Yeah. Well,
I've been
yeah.
saying it forever that if we had to pay for the service they provided, none of us would be able to afford it. The stuff that they do is amazing. So
Yeah.
um,
They're so in the
and-
weeds with everything.
well, and I really, Paula and Amanda are so knowledgeable when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
And so I would really like to see them kind of engaging. The interview she did with Jack Young was fabulous. I know there's going to be a part 2 to that, so that's absolutely brilliant. Um, and Amanda is a quiet force. She's quiet. She's got a real good wittier wit. Um, so it'd be nice to see her to put out some more stuff and
Yeah.
kind of get behind the camera. But she's a wealth of knowledge. I would love to see her kind of get more into the um, into the seeing her.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys have been to LiveCoin Q&A recently, but if you haven't checked out their list of overlays, oh my God, the stuff that she's been doing on dropping overlays and all the stuff that she's been providing,
Uh-huh.
it's just fabulous. Amanda's crushing it when it comes to some of the stuff they're doing over there with resources. So
That's awesome.
I think they need to, if they're talking about revamping and putting some stuff up there, I think it'd be a great idea for them to revamp their page, tie that into feed in their live streams. I think they have some really cool stuff coming up. I haven't been a pervy to any of the conversations, so I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I'm only making a hypothesis based off of knowing the people. So, but I do not know. I'll be straight up. I do not know, but some
Yeah.
brilliant minds over there for certain.
Yeah. I had a chance to talk with Amanda a little bit at Tulsa this year, and that was a treat. You wouldn't get it just because very few words when the whole panel's up there, but everybody's got a lot to say. Panels can be that way, but she's just like you said, she's kind of that quiet force, and yeah, you get her to talk in person, and yeah, it's on.
Well, a lot of people don't realize it, but she's got an amazing sense of humor. It's very dry, like Gobi
Yes.
Desert dry. But guys, sometimes she'll say something and people look at her and the people who know her just snicker and smile because they just
Yeah.
don't get what she's saying. But she's very smart, very just bam, 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 bam,
Oh
bam.
yeah. Yeah.
But you just don't see it very often. So,
Yeah.
well, let's enough of that. So, what kind of goodies? I know you showed me the one. What else have we been finding here?
Well, that's about the only one out of the 2 boxes so far. I'm looking at the 72Ds now to see if we can find the lack of an F and G on there. And that's the closest one, but I don't think that's really
No, you still see plenty of it.
got too much of it.
Yeah, in order to be F and G, you can't have any resemblance of it.
Yeah.
Under
Haven't found
any
too many of
refraction of
those.
light. Of course, you know that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's interesting is I got my contacts in, so these are just my reader glasses now. If I have my contacts in, I have to have these. Contacts correct my nearsightedness, but now all I can see is distance. Everything's changed so far as up close.
Well, and that's ever since I had my eye surgery, because I had both my eyes redone. I had new lenses put in my eyes. And so I have the exact same thing. I can read a stop sign from 2 miles away, but I can't read anything like these numbers. I can't read I can't read anything without the glasses on. And chat is just in that spot where it's like,
well, I went back and I usually get a pair of backup glasses, and they set me up for distance on those. Then I came home and I was like, okay, if I take them off, I can see up close, but a computer screen is right there in the dead spot for me. And I'm like, I can't I can't make it work without them, and I can't make it work with them. So they end up setting me up in progressive lenses. And so now instead of, moving my eyes, I got to move my head and find the spot on the glasses that actually works. But
what's up, Coining Around? How you doing?
In doing that, now my vision up close is good enough that I don't even have to put these 72Ds underneath the scope to know if there's an FG there or not. I just narrow it down to the ones that are questionable and then throw them under the scope. But for the purpose of doing this here tonight, I'll throw every one of them under there. Hey, coin around.
So I've got a question about how to do the live. So in order to do that, you would have to set up that like thing every single time.
Yeah.
There's no way to do it like you can with um, the subscriber count. So
Right.
I'd have to figure out, because you can have it show up on. No, you can't even have it show up that.
I just don't trust what's out there underneath, the standard, viewing screen. I hit my like, and people are like, "Oh, we got 60 likes." I'm like, "Well, I was number 21, and it hasn't changed since."
Oh, so I'm looking at your likes right now on YouTube side,
Yeah.
and I see 48, and if I refresh at 65.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you. Oh, you know what though? It doesn't
Close.
matter. The way,
Yep.
if you did it that way, you would still have to. You'd still have to change that every single time
Yeah.
because your URL is going to change every time. So
That's what I was afraid of.
I'll do some research and see if there's another way to find, because there's nothing in likes
Yeah.
on engagement. So you can't link to an analytic
Yeah.
view.
Yeah. So if you set up the window in OBS to point to a particular link, if it's in the same spot spatially, I wonder if just updating that link every time would do the job. I mean, it's kind of a pain, but if you really wanted to go through it, you could, I think.
Yeah, but
Because
I
the
think it's
window
going
would
to
be
be just like
static.
when you change a
Yeah.
photo. So you've had photos on the background. When you change the photo, the
Yeah.
dimensions reset to the size of the photo.
Yep.
So I think when you change the URL, the dimensions are going to reset to the size of the URL, not to the size of
Yeah.
that. So it's not hard to reset that to that area, but you'd have to do it every time. Now, it
Yeah.
would be easier for me if I use the same stream key, because if I use the same stream key, I'll try that on Saturday. Are you going
Oh,
live
cool.
before then?
I may find a box of nickels and decide to do one of these days while I'm off.
I
But
thought about going live. Tiger and I have been chatting about doing something on Thanksgiving. Bifrost, having her do some drawing and stuff.
cool.
So if we do that, I will sample it. And then I'll sample it Saturday morning and see if it stays.
Okay, yeah.
If
Test
you
that
utilize the same
repeatability.
stream key, we'll see if that works. And then
Yeah.
you may just have to set it up to where you utilize this. You know how to use the same stream key?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it may have to set it up to where you utilize the same stream key when you're going live. The only time that'll be like when I just did mine, because I just did a really quick 30-minute live on the breaking news about DB Cooper. So,
Okay.
which was really cool. So I didn't set anything up. I just grabbed my phone, set it up on the thing, and went live.
Okay.
And so nothing would have worked there, but it's a totally different setup, so it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll play with it and see what happens. I think it'd be an interesting problem to overcome, and if we can use the same stream key to do that, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. That's just a little something we've been thinking about. I hadn't taken the time to tool around with it myself, but yeah. Anything that kind of helps put more metrics up there, People like data.
Yeah.
But as long as it's not overwhelming, right?
Well, the screen I had before the one that I have now, I've created some animations and made it just a little bit more fun. But I had so much going on. People were like, it's distracting.
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit more.
I was worried this background, trying to get a little 70s theme in the subtly in here, or not so subtly, but I was afraid somebody was going to say, dude, I just can't look at your stream. That hurts.
Maybe the problem with is, and this is, again, I don't even look at you. I'm looking at the coins for the most part, right?
The coins are much better looking.
But you want to be offset, right? So I try to do things like when I came in here, this isn't my normal background, but I did this because it offset. So I can stand in front of my avatar and then you see the frostbite. And it's, but again, the red it offsets you. It draws people to your eyes. You get to see who you are.
Yeah.
Now, if it was the whole screen, I'd be like, dude, no.
Which is funny that you say that, because when I pulled this one in, like you said, it goes to the resolution of the image you're bringing in, and my whole, this whole portion of the screen just completely went that color, and I'm like,
did you see Jackie's comment?
The backdrop reminds me of the carpet in that hotel in The Shining. Ooh. We'll try to make that the only reference. Oh, and by the way, Jackie, I didn't say hi when you came in, so thanks for coming in.
That was funny, Jackie. That was hilarious.
That's a good one. Real good one. Next time I have this one on, I'll find a way to make it like a curtain, and I peek through and say, "Here's Caporal."
Here's John.
Oh well. Yeah, it's not fun unless you're having fun doing some fun things with this.
Completely agree.
Plus, I got to use fun almost 4 times in one sentence. So,
yeah, I don't see any other way to do it.
Yeah, that was the only other place I could think of where that information would be, unless, of course, you're getting into the analytics, and
Analytics doesn't show that, though.
Yeah, and it's usually 24 hours later that anything really true pops up. So I haven't even been back to my stream from yesterday to look at the analytics on it. I get to see my peak concurrent go from 81 down to like 64. Always a treat there. I always have to tease a little bit, just because YouTube has a habit of taking away, never adding to. So I guess.
No, I get you. Yeah, I fully get you. I'm going to try. I'm going to try something and see if I think that every time you create, even if you're using the same stream key, your URL is going to be different.
I think that's true
because
too.
the URL is listed as video, and then whatever the code is, that's going to change every time you stream, even if you have the same stream key. So I don't think that's going to work. You would have to change that every time. I would have to change it twice per stream.
Oh yeah, because you're going out in both formats.
I do
right?
both formats.
Yeah.
And
that, I know we were talking about that last time a little bit. You and Coinan were. I mean, you guys obviously had a little bit different perspectives on the benefits of it, but I was just kind of curious, are you seeing like real numbers that point to a trend in increased subs or views or anything like that by kind of getting it out there in both formats? I know that's the kind of the lure, but
It's a double-edged sword.
yes.
Now, yes, I see an increase in subs, but I also get a lot of subs who watch my long form content on Saturday and Sunday who will go back and watch my long form videos.
Yeah.
Now, I get way more people that come in and say hi and check stuff out and look at it for a minute, and then they bail because maybe it's not their cup of tea, or they're
Right.
watching cat videos and then this coin video happens to show up. People are not worried about a coin video if you're looking at cat videos.
I mean, who can blame them?
So sometimes when you're in that fashion, but I've had quite a few people who've come and watched long form content who come into my stream from the portrait mode. Now, you've been into my weekend streams, so you know that I pin
Yep.
the landscape in my portrait. I pin the portrait in the landscape, so you can bounce back and forth.
Yep.
And I have a lot of people who come in from the portrait side, click on that link, and come over and watch me in wide format.
Okay.
So it's another way to reach out. And this is what I was saying. So, I mean, if you're only utilizing it for shorts, like I use it for my dad jokes, and my dad jokes are out there, and
Yep.
I get tons of people who come and they could give a rat's ass less about my coins. However, there's a lot of people who have come in from different casino channels and gaming channels and metal detecting, and I call it mine sweeping. It's the ones that look for kind of stuff in the ocean. So they're looking for deep underwater treasure. So they're utilizing surface-based radar to bounce off the bottom using sonar. Excuse me, not radar, sonar. Bounce off the bottom, trying to find things, and then they send dive teams down to go look at it. I've had people come to me because they're looking at coin channels and they're looking to see if I talk about ancients or buried treasure and stuff like that, because they love that stuff. So I've had people come in and say, "Hey, do you do any of this?" And it's like, very little, but I'm interested in growing more. So if that's something that you do and you want to partner in that, absolutely. So I've had a bunch of people from different walks find me there. But does it increase my views on my long form content? Very little.
Very little. Okay.
Now there are other channels that have, 18, 1900, 2000 subs, and they're getting 2,500, 3,000, 4,500, 15,000, 20,000 views on their long form content. But a majority of those are going to be stackers or people that are running something.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're fun. It's not numismatics. Numismatics is a very hard niche to get into. So
yeah.
But I'm going to quit talking about it because people are jumping ship the more I talk about my own channel. So
well, I mean, the this particular broadcast that I do with the rehunting for DDOs, I do have a vertical format that I set up for that, because kind of like the what you see on the screen now is very easy to put kind of one above the other with just a little band of information, but the focus is on the example versus the actual. And I think it presents pretty well in that vertical format and really kind of puts the attention on that. So I just didn't do it tonight. I'm not exactly sure that I was, really wrapping my mind around doing the vertical, because it's been a couple months since I've done it. But I'll get a few diehards in here. They're just like, "Oh, I hate that," and there's reasons why they hate it, right? They'll let you know. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Sometimes there's reasons we do things, and it's not all because I can satisfy 100% of the people out there.
Fact. Yeah, fact.
Yep. So, but I don't know. I tinker with it. It's available if I want to use it. So, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings on it because, one of the things I don't like seeing is, I don't want to have to manage a bunch of trolls that come in, and there's at least that potential. It's hard enough. Year or so ago we had bots that would come in and drop all the Russian stuff or links that so you could get a date that night or something like that. It was. Thank God we have good mods on our channels, and they can kind of squash that before it becomes too rampant. But it was so bad at one time that I actually had like a little. I had a couple sounds that I would play, and where I track how many silver I found on that stream and all that. I had like bot kills on there. So I figure if we got to deal with it, let's just make it fun. So anyway, we're down to looking at the 77 Ds. This is the last bit of hunting we will do for Ron Pierce in his box from yesterday. We do have the 171D DDO that we found earlier, and the one maybe. So, Ron, let me know if you want me to send you both of those or just the sure thing. And I'll be happy to take care of you there. And after we get that figured out, I'll be able to start getting things in a package and get it on its way to you. And it sounds like we've got a sure. So I will send you both of those. No problem whatsoever.
You want to pull that one maybe back up?
I will do that. Let me get through. I got like 5 more of these in my hands.
Oh,
so
yeah. No. You don't need to do it right now. But
yeah.
There is a problem with the likes. Oh, hold on just a sec. Wow, it is really hard to.
On these coins?
No, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. I'm talking out loud. Hold on. I'll go on mute. Just a sec.
No problem. BH, I have already done Walker's. We did not find anything additional for him. Can't scroll back in chat on the phone because you swiped to another live. Yeah, I've noticed that. That is one spatial issue when it comes to that. So I get you there, Coinan. So we've got the maybe up there. I can show you the one that's the Punisher from yesterday. I guess the screen's not going to do that. I decided to keep the one that somebody had put the red marker on and created a Punisher logo on it. I just thought it was kind of cool. But had one that was kind of really neatly toned, kind of a blotchy tone all over it. Kept that one. So did all right yesterday, though. Lots of fun. So I'm guessing you're muted on your end or just very quiet.
I muted myself on my end because I was walking myself through the process.
I got you.
I've been able to get the likes up on the screen So I'll try that when I go live next time and see if when I go live, if that changes.
Okay.
Because I'm dialed into that particular one, but I believe when I create my following stream, it's going to disappear.
Yeah, that's possible. I've got one element. I guess at this point it doesn't hurt to. Well, this has still got us zoomed in, but this is the maybe. I can get into that after this, but this is the maybe that we had because I was seeing what looked like some extra width up here on the two serifs. On
So there's definitely something on that U.
Yeah, little something on the right was real distinct because you see a
If
little.
you look
split
on the
there.
R, there's stuff on the bottom serif of the
Yep.
R.
That's what I was seeing there too.
And there's something on the edge of that. Yeah.
It's one of those where if you saw it like this, okay, yeah, the U shows a little bit. The R
You can
kind
see
of
the R
does.
and the U. You can see the bottom of the T. That's one.
Think so?
Yeah, we'd have to pull the markers up to be exact, but it's
Yep.
yeah, it's there. You can definitely see the.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and the T looked just right on the serifs there. You can't see it spanning from side to side across the T bar, but the tips of the serifs are exactly what you're looking for there. So that's what was kind of weird, was it was so subtle in other areas, but so clear right here. And it's not.
See, and I actually see it better in Trust than I do in the T because I can't tell that is actually something on that T. I would have to see that through a loop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what I'm looking at there is kind of where it kind of looks like it splits in two directions there on that one.
It's hard to see on the screen.
And then it almost looks like it's tripled, or like a triple split there. A little chattery. I don't know. But I always got to turn them to get it in the light. Maybe to make it look.
Oh, see, yeah, that's a lot. I see that a lot better. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so go back down to Trust. Keep that orientation with Trust upside down. So in that fashion, both the R and the U disappear.
Yeah. It's real deceptive.
Yeah, but if you rotate that slightly,
the R really starts to come out at about that angle.
There you go.
And
and you turn it to the 90 degree, and that U just jumps out at you.
Yeah, the U is the thing that I eyeball first.
Yeah, the U just jumps out at you right there. So does that R. What I can't see the T's very well.
Yeah.
I can't tell on the T. Can you pull out we?
I can.
Rotate that back to about there you go, right there. So not really seeing anything on that. Not really seeing much on the we, but that the R and the U, definitely you can see stuff there.
Yeah. I even came back over here to In God We Trust, or In God, and that's just a ding on the N that wouldn't normally be there.
I don't see anything there.
But bottom of the I on the bottom right side, it's kind of got that again, that almost looks like they're tripled. But then usually you would see the top left serif on the N also have some doubling there. And so it's like, man, I'm seeing signs, but I'm not seeing everything.
Yeah, so, I don't really see the I and the N. I don't see it on my end, but
yeah, the G. Sometimes you'll see it in the G there too. So I don't know. I think it's close enough.
The R and the U are unmistakable. I'd have to look at Wexler's or something. I can pull it up if you want me to and see if I can find it.
If you'd like, sure. I was actually going to open up my Strike It Rich book and look to see.
Yeah, let's play with it and see what we can find.
There's
if you guys want to do that, You don't have to. I'm not trying to take over the show.
No, man, we're all good. Let's see, 71D. Because there is one that Kaneka recognizes in here, and it's in trust. There's another one. There's like three. There's actually like four different ones that it lists. The FS 101, of course, is the one we're looking at or hoping for. And I don't think this might be that one. It might be one of the other three. Because all their examples really show the S popping on that.
Do me a favor. Go pull it onto Kennedy's nose real fast.
On Kennedy's nose?
And I'm looking for, so there's the die scratch right there. It looks like it could be.
Like right there?
WDDO number 7. No, here in the nose, right here. So if you look above the, kind of like, see where the little dark line is? So
oh yeah,
if you go to the nose, you'll see, no, right? Yeah, right up there. Yep, right.
Yep.
Yep. So there's that bottom one that's there. It kind of matches the same general location.
BH.
Look in the go to the back of the eye and see if there's a die scratch. It's going to
scratches.
be just off of, see the second little fret in his eye. There's a die scratch. Can you rotate that about 45 degrees to the left? No die scratch there. Now maybe. It's hard to tell. I can't tell if that's a die scratch or not.
Yeah, I thought I saw maybe like. Oh, let me get it here. I thought I saw something right about there, but
yeah. Maybe,
yeah,
potentially.
This has got maybe and potential all over it. So, you know what, Ron? We're going to send it to you because guess what? It only costs 50 cents. And if you find out, do your own research on it and find out you've got something there, then write me back. Let me know. Then we'll know what to look for next time. I thought I saw a little something in the T, the last T there at that view, but maybe I'm just hoping to see it.
Can you show me the R in Liberty?
R in Liberty. Sure can.
Yeah, no, that doesn't match.
Doesn't look like there's much there.
But no, it's missing the die scratch on the lower part of the R. There's supposed to be a die scratch there. I don't see it.
Yeah.
So it's not that one.
Okay. Well, Ron, enjoy that one. I will leave that one loose and put the other one in a flip for you because this one was real easy. I don't think there's any question on that one. Even the S, I mean, you don't see the line, but you see how thick it is, and I think that one's good. You can even see it in the T a little bit, that second T there.
See it in the top serifs of the W.
Maybe.
Look at the center of the W. There's a line in the serifs of the center of the W.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's a little bit better view. You can see that running across there.
Yeah.
You can see that split in the W.
See, that's the serif on the 72 Philly when I'm looking for DDO. It just looks like it's there whether it's a DDO or not. So I just quit looking at it. I'm just like, there's got to be something else I can look at to not drive myself this batty. So
yeah, and some of them are very, very small.
Yeah.
The problem is that coin's war, so it's hard to tell because that one looks like WDDO2.
Yeah.
Let me see the I and N.
Doesn't help at all. We have that ring ding right there where you want to see some proof.
Yeah, let me see the I and N. Turn that back at that 45-degree angle. That's the best angle. We're looking at the bottom serif.
It looks like it's got that chatter mark in it.
Yeah, well, this one looks like it's got 2 chatter marks. It almost looks like it has 3, and it kind of matches that. So it looks like it could be. I'm not saying it is. You'll need somebody that better eyes than me, but looks like it could be DDO number 2 off of Wexler's. So WDDO number 2.
Okay. We were looking what?
You'll need to get somebody else to verify it, though.
Yeah. We'll just we'll for sure send it to you, Ron. So we found something.
Nice finds.
Yes.
Hey, High Plains, how you doing?
Better than not finding anything. I'm DB Cooper Jr.
He probably just watched my stream a little while ago.
Yeah.
I just talked about some new evidence. FBI secretly opened the case again in January.
Oh, really?
And they just dropped some more evidence that was found by the family of DB or one of the suspects who they thought was DB Cooper. So,
okay, so they're thinking some of that points to him surviving.
They might have potentially cracked the case, is what they're saying. So,
wow.
Which is sad because it's like there's so much mystery in that. So I'm hoping it is, and I'm hoping it isn't. But
yeah,
we'll see.
It kind of becomes its own I don't know. It becomes bigger than the original story if the mystery stays out there, I guess.
Well, it's folklore, right?
Yeah.
There's a bar in Washington, Oregon area that every year they have an annual get together. They have people come dressed up as DB Cooper and they throw a party and people come in wearing backpacks and parachutes and people all they carry is $20 bills and it's a riot. It's folklore. It's like a little cult following, crazy stuff. But yeah, exactly right, Don. It's just a story of legend. So, did you kick yourself out? I think he kicked himself out. Need to fix. Not set up for that screen. But fun stuff. Jackie says, I partied with DB Cooper. You need to put the shrooms away, man. I think he kicked himself out. Closed the wrong window.
There we go.
You closed the wrong window?
I was trying to switch cameras and just get out of this and just come into, the same camera, but just not in this format.
No, I got you. I was like, he kicked himself out.
Every once in a while, I do things to myself I can't really explain, so nor do I want to.
Fun stuff. So what do you got going on for Thanksgiving?
We are going to be staying home this year, and my mother-in-law is coming up. My brother will be coming up and bringing my 91-year-old grandmother with us. So they're going to come up Thursday morning and stay the night with us. My mother-in-law should be coming in tomorrow and staying most of the week. So, a lot of good things there. But oldest son just had his last day of classes before next week today. Also got to go to the dentist and get some work done for a couple hours. And, I think the dentist knows that my year-end bonus is coming next month, and he'd like his share of it.
I just spent a ton of money. I've got an appointment next year to get my bottom teeth fixed. But yeah, it's 4 crowns, a bridge, 9 hours worth of surgery. Yeah.
Ugh.
They didn't get the bottoms. They just got the tops taken care of.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
yeah,
see.
it all happens at once.
Let's see. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for.
This evening on Shrooms Gone Wild.
There we go. We'll just go back to this. Play it safe.
It's all good, man. No worries.
I thought for sure we had. I know I've got one that it's just this camera bigger, no background. But then I was like, oh, there's a background there, and it's exactly kind of what we described before. So I'm like, okay, eject. It's not good. But
well, cool.
no, my son's pretty excited. He leaves for Great Lakes, Illinois, I think on the 10th of February.
Oh, what a crap time to go to Great Lakes.
He's already telling us, he's like, I'm not a cold weather person. I'm like, well, you about to be.
Spent some times in the Navy in Great Lakes, obviously. Now, fortunately, I got away with boot camp in Orlando. But I did boot camp in Orlando August, September, October, November. So I was there at the hottest time of the year.
Yeah.
And then went to a magazine sprinkler school in Great Lakes and went from really nice, beautiful weather to, oh my God, I'm going to fall apart. We snow detail and shoveling. It was horrible. And then went from there to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.
Well, then you got that reward.
Oh yeah, it was crazy, but too much fun.
Yeah. So he's I guess he does his A school there too. It's starting to get into terminology that I don't understand all that well, but I guess after boot camp, he goes to A school.
So boot camp is obviously boot camp, right? It's where you go. A school is your first center of learning. So this is where you learn the basics of your trade.
Okay.
C school is the advanced level. So if you were in the military, you were in the Army, or you were in the Air Force, you'd be called a specialist or a tech, right?
Okay.
So that's what A and C means. And then you go to subspecialty schools.
Okay.
So what's his rate?
His what?
His rate? What's his job?
He signed in for robotic warfare specialist.
Oh, he'll be going to A and C school.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he'll be going to continuing ed. So very cool.
Yeah. He wanted to get in as an aerographer's mate and do, meteorology, oceanography, things like that. It just wasn't opening up for him in a reasonable time frame. And I guess that's one of those jobs where sometimes you get in and you just stay there and it doesn't open the door for somebody else, new in.
Yeah. There are plenty
very
of routes
often.
that are frozen.
Yeah.
The only way to advance is to either cross rate or wait till somebody retires.
Yeah.
I did that when I was in and cross-rated. Unfortunately, I cross-rated into one of those jobs, not realizing it at the time. Um, Loved what I did, but I wasn't going to be making rank anytime soon.
Yeah.
So,
What was it that you did?
so I was what they called the WT. I was a weapons technician, and then I transferred to uh, out of fire control into torpedo man.
Okay.
I wanted to do something where I could maintain both surface and sub,
Okay.
but I hardly ever did my job because I spent time building launch platforms. So
Okay.
um, I did everything but my job. I was probably one of the only people in the Navy who had a job that he never did.
Nice.
So, but it was fun. I loved it. I spent tons and tons of time at sea. Got to experience almost every kind of ship in the few years that I was in.
Okay.
Got to go on a sub tender, uh, cruiser, Aegis cruiser, Spruance class destroyer, carrier, helo top. Um, the only ship I didn't get to go on, well, I was on one for a very short time, was a sub tender. It's a supply replay ship. Supply
Okay.
ship. They go out there and they refuel the subs, the boomers, and
Okay.
the fast attacks and all that stuff.
I used to work with a
Um,
bunch of guys in the service department of the first job that I had out of school, and uh, we had an interesting mix. We had an Army Ranger, and then we had like a couple guys that served a lot of time on boats. And yes, I do know the difference between a ship and a boat.
I was about to ask actually.
Yeah. No, boats under the water, ships ride the waves.
Yep. The only time you get a boat is if you have a surface ship is when you're in the private sector, because even that is called a dinghy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I figured I better explain that. Yeah, I'm not generalizing. I do know where I'm going with that one.
yeah.
Those same
That's cool,
guys that I
man.
was talking about, they made sure I knew that.
Yeah, I still work with a bunch of folks from all branches, so
Yeah.
it's fun to do. Continue to learn the terminology. We always joke about the terminology. You ever heard about the 4 languages?
The 4 languages, no.
So secure the building. You were in the army. What does secure the building mean?
Oh, I was not in the Army.
Oh, what were you? What were you in?
I did not serve in any
Oh,
branch.
okay. I was under the impression you were in the army. Okay, so you say secure the building, and the army goes in. They put barbed wire fence. They put loudspeakers. They put lights. They blare the music, and they run over to their commander. Building secure. So you say that to the Marines, and the Marines lay 550,000 shells into the building. They lay C4 all at the base of it, blow the thing to holy hell, and they go back to their commandant and they say, "Building secure." You do it to the Navy. The Navy goes in, they shut off all the lights, the doors, lock the windows, turn off all the lights, make sure everything's good, turn the heat down, lock the front door, and they go back outside and they say, "Building secure." The Air Force does a research. They check the land, look at the price values, do a 5-year option to buy, and they say, "The building's secure."
That
So
sounds
it's
about right.
well, yeah. I mean, it's just jokes, but
Sure.
so yeah, there's a lot of humor and stuff like that. I got 1,000 of them, but
Oh yeah. I can't wait to kind of hear him when he comes back and spends a little time with us. But I think he's looking at like 6 years and getting GI Bill and then going into school. And if he's still interested in meteorology, then he can do that. But that was kind of the whole thing this last year was he going to get the Navy ROTC scholarship? He was probably close, but just missed out on that. Another person in the school he graduated from did get it. So tight battle there, I guess. But that would have been pretty cool, because then he would have immediately gone to school, done ROTC while he's, doing school, and then did his service. But when that didn't come through, and he was thinking, well, maybe I'll just go to school or something like that, I was like, hold on, time out. This whole time you've been talking about going to the Navy. Well, that's what we've been planning for. And you can't just pick it up one day and say, I'm going to go to school in the fall, because we don't have that plan laid out. We haven't applied for things to get you there and all that kind of stuff. And, you're talking, well, maybe I'll do ROTC there anyway. And I'm like, there's a lot of if here. And what I think would be good for you, and he kind of knew this all along, as it turns out. But I think, we talked with a few people, and they were like, if you're going to go do your service, do your service. You can go to school. There's nothing that says you have to go to school for what you think you want to right now. Even after you do your service and get your GI Bill, you can go do whatever you're interested in at that point. Go be a doctor, go be an engineer, go be, I don't know, basket weaving specialist. I don't care. But I think he's left himself good options for how to handle this. I think he's just not looking forward to the cold.
Well, the thing is, and again, I'm glad you say this, because as a parent, it's like, if you don't like what you're doing, it's going to be a miserable existence.
Yes.
So do something you enjoy. And then while doing that, you may realize, oh, this is not what I want to do. It's fun to do for a while. Then you learn all the ins and outs about it. And you're like, oh, crap. I don't want to do this. Now, I always wanted to be a teacher when I was younger. And then I found out, kids are a pain in the butt. I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I waited a number of years and grew up, and now I deal with older kids. I joke, but
yes.
Well, I mean, my work is, I do a lot of education and training, and do a lot of teaching and tutoring, and even professionally, we got people that act like kids. So it's just,
oh yeah,
it's a lot of fun to be in the situation that I'm in. But it took me 40 years to figure out what I was good at and what I enjoyed. So it's good to hear you as a parent say that, because that's really important. But you may also find out that he gets in there and he's like, nah, I'm cutting it short. I'm cutting it short. I'm cutting it short, because I didn't want to be in for very long.
Yeah.
And then I suffered lung damage doing the work I was doing.
Oh.
And I was fighting to stay in, because I loved it. Like, I didn't want to leave. I was at that point to where I was like, no. I want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Seeing all these countries and going to all these cool places and meeting fabulous people and learning all about this culture and learning how good I had it back home.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
The one thing that he expressed to me, and we had a long talk about this, and I can only go off of my perception and, hope that, people like yourself can kind of confirm my assumption here. And I hate to use the word assumption, you know what it means. But his, I think one of his greatest concerns is, if he were in battle or in a fight, killing innocents, killing innocent people. And I said, I think you can kind of lay that to rest, at least now, because you've got a while before anything like that would even become a possibility for you. Is there a chance that, innocent people, civilians, collateral damage, whatever you want to call it, is there a chance that could happen? Sure. Anytime that we're engaged, that it's possible. And it depends on what your target is, right? Are they hiding amongst people that they know they're going to cause an uproar with that way?
And they do that.
And that's my point to him. We have to fight very clean, very precise, in a manner that's that way because we're under the world's microscope, especially our own. The other guys, they can fight as dirty as they want to because that's how they're going to do it.
So,
and that's where I'm like, okay, you can have a little faith in what I think is that we probably do it better than the other guys in almost every way. Plus, we do it to minimize that collateral damage because there's no honor in it, right?
yeah, well, I had a friend of mine, very anti-war, very anti-military. We didn't see eye to eye on a whole lot of stuff, but we were still friends. Really enjoyed hanging around each other. Had a lot of same likes, but we never talked military. We never talked that because he hated it.
Yeah.
And he was like, one time, he's like, well, if you ever had to launch a weapon, you probably killed somebody. And I was like, well, if I drive down the road and I have a malfunction in a car and I accidentally swerve and hit another car, there's a very more likelihood that I'll hurt somebody at home than I would accidentally in the military.
Yeah.
We have laser guided bombs that can hit a 2x2 hole in the side of a building and not detonate for 4 floors and take out a 10x10 area.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
You can fire a 2,000-pound shell, 1,000 miles and hit something the size of a Winnebago.
As an engineer, I love that kind of knowledge that we
so,
can do that.
Now, again, are there going to be innocents involved? Any kind of warfare? Yeah, and we're the first ones that have done it. But again, we also don't stick a school on top of our plutonium manufacturing set. We also don't set churches and women's get well safe clinics, young women, young children clinics over the top of our munitions factories.
Right.
Which have been done in Iran and Afghanistan and some other places where we've had to, try to take out some stuff. In those cases, more times than not, they do, special teams. They go in and they try to take them out as quick as they can. But, who knows? Sometimes they have to do what they can.
Yeah.
But you're right. We have a magnifying lens on the military, and they have to play a very clean game.
Yeah.
But anytime
the
you're
mistakes are
launching
just
anything,
magnified, right?
yeah, anytime you're launching anything. But here's the other thing, and having been military, a lot of people are like, well, that's an anti-military, that's an anti-American statement. And it's not. I want everybody to understand. I bleed red, white, and blue. I have suffered grave injury for my country, but I would do it all over again. But I will say this. People are fighting because the rules and policies of a few. We're not fighting other populations. We're fighting other governments.
Right.
It just so happens that those people are also engaged with us.
Yeah.
So that is a hard truth. But war is a hard truth.
Yeah.
In that place, yes, it's very difficult. And this is why we have so many men and women come back. CBH.
Yep.
This is why we have so many people come back with things like PTSD.
Yeah.
And who suffer serious psychological trauma because of the lives that they've had to take. So is it a concern? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But I will tell you this, you will have less interaction like that on a ship than you ever will in the Army, Marines, or Air Force.
Right.
So,
yep.
In that regard, take a little bit of whatever. My biggest thing was, I don't want to catch fire and burn in the middle of the ocean.
Exactly.
That was my fear.
That's a bad location.
I know what happened when the Forrestal caught fire, when the Independence was hit and sunk.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Those were things you had to just get over. But
and that's what the other thing that I tried to impress upon him, and again, not having walked in those shoes before, I would imagine that, part of that training is, is also forming cohesiveness among your, brothers and sisters beside you. If the crosshairs are on the guy next to you, he wants to have the trust in you that you'll take the shot to take out the person that's trying to take him out, because you probably want the same from him.
Yeah, your wingman, your buddy, your shipmate, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
That's they joke about there's no I in team, right? But that's the whole purpose of boot camp. It's the purpose is that the lone cowboy is the one who gets killed, or the person who gets others killed. You've got to look out. It's a community. You got to look out. I'm putting something in chat. If you don't know what this is the brotherhood that is experienced within men and women who serve. Every vet, and I love Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, Space Force, right? Doesn't matter. They serve our country. They sacrifice to be there. But I'll tell you right now, I'm going to pick on all of them the same. I got jokes for each and every one of them. You were talking earlier, the coasties protect our thing. It's like, hey, I would love to be in a ship and just be able to walk ashore. So, and I obviously joking with the coasties. Don't get mad because I joke with everybody. But esprit de corps is a real thing, and it's a real thing because people understand that brotherhood. People say comrade. It's a bad thing. It's Russian. It's communistic. No, comrade is a brother. It is somebody that is a close knit compadre. They are very tied to you. And so comradeship, camaraderie, it's all the root of comrade.
Yeah.
And so you learn a really cool aspect of life being in the military. But to every positive, there's a negative. So to each their own. Do what you got to do. And ultimately, if you're not in the military, but and I've said this, I'll say this every time I talk about vets in my stream. If anybody in here is a caretaker of a vet, and I'll do this every time I say this, I take off my hat to you, because that is a thankless job, and you guys are doing God's work. Because I'm telling you, some of these vets are struggling, and for you to do what you have to do to take care of them, it's a major thing. So it's a major undertaking. So if you're out there and you're a caretaker of a vet, my hat's off to you. Quite literally, I will not put my hat back on in honor of you because I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, that's very cool. I can't tell you enough. I really appreciate your perspective on that, because I didn't walk those shoes, like I've said, and I think I've got a feel for it, but I can't really say I've got an experience for it. I like to look at things I see, good things like that brotherhood you're talking about, and having something there that guides not only you but the person next to you. I look for that in everyday life, and you don't find it unless you've just really got that fellowship with a core of people. You might find it in a church, you might find it in your job, it might be buddies from high school or something like that. But if you don't have something like that, it's pretty cool to see and want it.
Core versus core. They're different, but they mean the same basic thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So again, the baseline, the root is protecting and covering each other, right? You talk about the medical corps, you talk about the Army Air Corps or whatever. It's a group of people with the same mission, the same things come together. But you know what? It's not just about them. They support the mission. They support the greater good. Sometimes, what is the e pluribus unum? What does that stand for?
Why I just blanked on it.
E pluribus unum, right? Out of many, one.
Out of many, one. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so, yes, we can be individuals. However, many times the one will sacrifice for the greater good. And that's what that is about.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be military to do that. And a great example of this is you are going to learn a massive lesson in military etiquette, in military understanding. Being a parent or a spouse to a military member is a pain in the butt. It takes a very special kind of person to make do. My mom said the hardest thing she did in life was to let me go, but the greatest thing in life she did was let me go. And
I think my
so,
wife's feeling that right now.
yeah, and so,
She's-
and again,
yeah.
it's not you didn't serve, but guess what? You're going to know exactly what that's like. You're going to understand the sacrifices that are made. You're just going to understand it differently.
Yeah.
And so, but do you have to have anybody in the military that, in order to feel that way? Absolutely not.
Right.
You can be part of the merchant marines. You can be part of a traveling sales force that does foreign aid to a third world country. You can be Doctors Without Borders. You can be, I mean,
Yep.
there's so many people that do the exact same thing. Is it just military? No, we talk about military because we're proud of our men and women who serve, but they're not the only ones. And
Right.
it's important to realize that. It's important to recognize that. So,
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. That feels like a great place for us to call tonight here. So,
happy Thanksgiving, Cindy.
yes, yes. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm not sure if I'll be on before Thanksgiving again or not. If I do, it's kind of unplanned. So, anything other than Sunday afternoons is kind of unplanned for me. But if I can find a box of nickels and do it with you, do a box battle or just hunt them at noon. Nickels at noon is one thing I did once on a Friday, and that seemed to be fun. But no, I appreciate you coming up and kind of sharing your perspective on this stuff. It definitely helps me because I don't really know or appreciate what I'm walking into as that parent. But I'm it'll be funny. I think when we get to see him, graduate boot camp and go up there to Chicago area to watch that, my wife will probably be the tough one. I'll be the wet noodle. Because, it's just like you said, you don't have to be military for it to mean something to you. And I know it means something to me to see him do something I didn't do. And all I can do is be dad to him at that point,
But you know what? That's all you need to be.
Yeah.
All you need to be is dad.
Yeah.
Be there when he needs you and, stand by you. He's
Yep.
going to make decisions you absolutely don't agree with. And all you can do is you can 100% just hope and trust that he sticks to the moral standards that you gave him. And
That is one thing I doubt we will have a problem with.
yeah, well, but again, so if he goes through all of that and he maintains that, then as a parent, all you can do is I did everything I could.
Yeah.
Right. And let him notch it up for you. Right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he'll come back and he'll say stuff to you. And because say this firsthand, he'll say stuff to you that you never anticipated him saying. See you later, bud.
Yep. Yep. I see people checking out. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Went a little longer than I thought it would, but when you get good conversation with somebody, you got to kind of let it flow. So I think I threw it out there as a hunt and a hangout. So mission accomplished. So let's do this again sometime. It's always good to kind of catch up, and I'm eager to see what we might be able to do with that likes experiment you got going on.
Yeah, I'll report back on it, let you know what's going on, and if I run an additional stream and it stays there, I'll let you know. But I have a feeling it's probably not.
That'd be my sense. Yeah, exactly. So
absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ron. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You bet. Well, we'll call it night. Good night, guys, and we'll see you again real soon, either on my streams or on other people's streams, and we'll say hi there. So everybody take care, and Well, thank you, Lisa D. Absolutely. Yeah, he hasn't even done it, and I'm already like just super dad proud. I can't imagine it how it'll be busting out of me when he gets done and moving on and all that stuff. So I'll be that parent. I can live with that. So we're gonna end it. Good night, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Frosty.